call the shots. I drop it like it's hot. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I learned a lot what my mama taught. That's how I know I got a lot to give. I pay no attention to anyone who says a girl can't be what she wants to. I'm on a mission. I trust my intuition, and nobody's gonna stop me, stop me. I'ma say it loud from the highest rooftops. I'm gonna spread the word around. Gonna shout it, so everybody knows that you can't keep a good thing down. A good thing, a good thing, a good thing down. Words getting all around this town that I take too much to hide. I'll tell you what, you can listen or not, but baby, I'm just about to get started. I'ma get it together, I'm gonna take a mass shot, and I'm going ahead, whether you're ready or not. Say it loud from the highest rooftops. I'm gonna spread the word around. Gonna shout it, so everybody knows that you can't keep a good thing down. You're gonna hear the sound of 100,000,000 bells ringing in the sky tonight. I'm gonna rise to the top, and I'll never give up, 'cause you can't keep a good thing down. No, you can't keep a good thing down. No, no, no. I'm gonna shout it till everybody knows. Gonna shout, gonna shout. I'ma say it loud from the highest rooftops. I'm gonna spread the word around. Gonna shout it, so everybody knows that you can't keep a good thing down. You're gonna hear the sound of 100,000,000 bells ringing in the sky tonight. I'm gonna rise to the top, and I'll never give up, 'cause you can't keep a good thing, can't keep a good thing, can't keep a good thing down.
Put on a show with me, 'cause it really ain't no biggie. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. Yeah, baby, just roll with it. We'll forget about the long distance. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. When I'm trying to say pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone. Yeah, pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone.
Yeah, lights, camera, don't hit a snap that. You put it in motion, kinda like a Snapchat. And this is divine, my soul's gonna snap back. And how I know you wanna tap and grind on that cat. To show you how you're missing, how I play a look at you. Fantasize, I open your mind, I'm your dream catcher. My eyes sleeping, how you know you got a mean snatcher. It's Star Wars, yeah, I'm about to throw a beam at you. Section this, yeah, oh so crazy. Been way too long, yeah, I need you lately. Strobe lights sparkle off your body like baby. 'Cause you know, guy, you're looking extra tasty. No less than amazing, our connection blazing. Forever, you know something is raising. Show me that this is your place. 'Cause when everybody in the space here, you know you're gonna
Put
make
on
me.
a show with me, 'cause it really ain't no biggie. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. Yeah, baby, just roll with it. We'll forget about the long distance. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. When I'm trying to say pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone. Yeah, pose, baby. Pose, baby.
motivation never fails. If you're ready, I see you there. On social media, check your location, me and you meeting. And we can be back in Christmas on sight up. From the valley, but I'm cool when I light up. Whistle let you like the northern lights and you light up. No, you ain't never met some guys like us. So they try when the midnight sun. Hoping that the morning never comes, but it never left. Posted every pic with the hashtag blast. Girl, get rid of that stress. So you want to get it poppin' in the Northwest. So for the camera, picture perfect. You just took the first step into a new you. Looking for an update. Well, then I'm the president too. Because I already was on this road. No clothes, no phone, make it do what it do. What I
Put on a show with me, 'cause it really ain't no biggie. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. Yeah, baby, just roll with it. We'll forget about the long distance. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. What I'm trying to say is pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone. Yeah, pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone.
Yeah, if you miss me, take a pic. Send it through Snapchat, Instagram real quick. Yeah, girl, you gotta make it a show. Cause I love the model filters, I love when you get the bears, the nose. And you switch it to that sexy pose. Body covered up with kisses, yeah, the X's and O's. I'm saying, whoa, you keep it mystery, just having my wonder when I'm really getting when you're next to me. It's 3 a.m. and you're blowing up my DM with these viral pictures, trying to make me your Mr. But acting on a fixture. Taking a Snapchat with a picture of me in the bed right next with you. Saying if I was there, we could take that real. Do I miss the way that you make me feel? Send me one more sweatpants, laying down, say come to Netflix and chill and gon' have a
Put on
round.
a show with me, 'cause it really ain't no biggie. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. Yeah, baby, just roll with it. We'll forget about the long distance. All you gotta do is pose like Vogue inside your phone. What I'm trying to say is pose, baby. Pose, baby. Show me that you miss me inside your phone. Yeah.
What is going on, you guys? It's Elizabeth Marasco. We're going to start just a little bit in advance from that countdown timer because I started it late. I want to make sure that we start today right at 1 p.m. So I hope you are having an absolutely fabulous day. And if you don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Marasco. I'm the owner of a marketing agency in mid-Michigan. I guess if I had to put a title on me, as entrepreneurs, we wear a lot of hats, don't we? But I guess you would call me an event and marketing strategist. And I've been working in that industry for over 20 years, and I've owned my own agency for 16. So I would love it if you would come and just say hello to me for a minute and let me know how you are doing. It's been an interesting couple of, whoa, wait a minute. Did I get you there? There we go. Lost you for half a second. But it's been an interesting morning. I started this new clock down timer, which I like. It's a little bit fun and a way to help the algorithm warm up before you do a live or go streaming. So that's something I'd like you to at least consider. And for me, I ended up just buying it as an app and downloading it. Some of the streaming places like StreamYard have a like built-in clock down timer that you can do for 5 minutes. But this one lady, Loria from I think it's Live Streamers, was doing a lot of experiments, and she found that about 10 minutes is about the time for the notifications to get sent out to all the wonderful people that maybe are signed up into your group or something like that. So, these are little things to keep in mind when you start doing a production and trying to figure out, hey, how do I get, more viewers or more eyes on my content? And part of it is starting to understand how to work with the algorithm of Facebook and how to get it to work for you. So take your time, learn these different things. And guess what? It's constantly changing. So, keep learning little tricks of the trade and figure out what works best for you. And one of the things that does help is if you check out your insights. So on Facebook or even like the stats and YouTube, there's ways to measure to find out, hey, what I'm putting out there, are people responding to it? And sometimes you'll find that you might not necessarily see like the responses on your page because somebody may have shared your post, and then there's more engagement. But if you go back and you look through the insights on Facebook, you can get an idea of how many people are opening it and viewing it. You know, if it's a video, how long are they watching? Did they forward? Did they share it? And all that good stuff. So those are things that definitely can help you. And I hope that, you're willing to try it out. Try some new things out. So I did have some fun with that countdown timer. I'm going to be putzing with that a little bit more. And I'm going to keep learning. Right now, I am actually real quickly trying to upload my presentation that somehow, I don't know what it is that I did. But let's see here. I'm going to drop this in real quick. And today, some of the things that we're going to be talking about are how to connect with repeat customers and to get them, really engaged with you in a meaningful way. So I would love it though, real quick, if you could come say hello and introduce yourself. Let me know what you have going on in your world. And one of the things when you attend workshops like this that helps is networking, meeting new people, saying hello, and introducing yourself. So I would love it if you come on live or on the replay. Go ahead and drop a link to your favorite social media page for your business. And let's see if we can connect and help each other grow in some really wonderful ways. So I appreciate all you beautiful people coming out today and saying hello and hanging out with me for a little bit. It's a fun time. We do here. It's a fun time to be an entrepreneur. But the thing is, there are so many tools that are out there for your use, and you kind of got to zoom in on it. But it can get into this overwhelm of you're trying to get absolutely everything, right? I want to get it all. But so often when that happens, you might be leaving customers behind. How many customers have you had in the past that could still be great customers for you in the future? It would be, smart, advantageous for you to still go connect with them and make business happen. So, that is what we're going to be talking about today. Some really cool ways that you can start building community and reconnecting with current clients and tap into some of these referrals. And that is one of the best ways of growing your business. So today I'm running this live stream on Ecamm, and you should see an option to opt in and show your name. So if you do, and you leave a comment, I'll be able to see who left the comment. So hello and good day to Facebook user. I can't see exactly who you are, but hello, and thanks to all of you for joining. Make sure that you say hello. And this is the thing, we're going to be giving you some incentives to say hello and to participate through the whole day. So if you drop a comment, or is it over to the side? Something like that. Which way do we go? But drop a comment, and then best comment today is going to win a $25 gift card to Amazon. So make sure that you just go ahead and do that. And let's jump in here for a little bit. See if we can go into basic number one. How you can get to the point of having repeat customers. The easiest way is to provide an amazing service, the best service that client has ever experienced. And that means from start to end and even beyond, and being able to make them feel like their needs, the promises that you made were fulfilled, and they were, treated above and beyond. That is going to be your number one way of getting referrals and repeat customers. Now, all these other things are going to be more tactile strategies of keeping the conversation going, but the way that we make people feel, especially the last time we were with them, is exactly how they're going to remember us. So make sure that you are nurturing and following through on all the promises that you have. Now, for some of you might not know me, I've been doing events and marketing for a long, long time. And when I first left Ford Motor Company and transitioned over into owning my own agency, I took a passion with me. So I would always do these things above and beyond, exceeding their expectations. And, specifically like with flowers, they were doing one of these huge events. I would always bring in bonus things that they weren't expecting that would make them beyond happy. And as a result, they told all of their community partners and business liaisons and so on and so forth. And it continued to push my business. It was to the point that they were referring me to their colleagues, and I didn't even, some of these people I never even had to meet before, and some of these were pretty big players in the community. So it became wonderful for me and a blessing for me, and I really want to encourage it for you, getting to know your customer, and then not just filling an order really quick, but make sure that you are taking the time to understand, do they feel like they have everything that they needed or were expecting from doing business with you? And, this can take time, building these relationships. And often some of these people kind of get left behind, like you do the job and then you're done. But fortunately, through social media, we've been able to create these communities online to continually stay in touch with those clients. And today I'm going to talk to you about some of the new school things like the Facebook groups and options like that, but also some more traditional marketing that it can actually be detrimental, especially if there's certain segments of the market that you're connecting with and they're your client. So number one, with groups, it's about getting out there and giving them what you want, building that community, building that trust, and also being able to be a resource that's helpful to them. So maybe somebody's looking for information that they don't have and you have it. Well, if you give it to them and they share it with somebody else, they can say, oh, Mary Lou Who shared this with me. So you become this point of contact. Another strategy that I've seen a lot is when somebody is streaming, if they say, I want you to sprinkle this video amongst all your friends that this will be helpful with. And, let's grow this community. And there might be some sort of incentive that they give you for sharing that video. And it could be a gift card or a free template or whatever. You got to find what works for your community. But it's important because not only are they digging your group, now if they share that video or that post that you have, they're telling all of their influence of people how wonderful you are. But that kind of comes down to fine-tuning a strategy that works for you. No business is exactly the same. It's always going to be a little bit different. But Facebook groups have a lot of advantages, even including the way that they rank it in the algorithm. So, for instance, Facebook pages, which I still am an advocate for having a Facebook page if you're a legitimate business, a lot of reasons. Number one, the SEO, it's like your front lobby of your business. But the other really important part from a strategic standpoint is it allows you to do measurables on, metrics and analysis of what's happening with your post, looking at all the analytics. Okay. So it's still vital to have a page, but for today, what I want to talk to you about is groups. And the reason why is because groups give you the ability to create this connection and community. Also, Facebook does push it out, I'll say ahead in the algorithm where they prefer it. And this is one of the things a couple of years ago, Facebook talked about is they were going to start doing more preference into these Facebook groups. So something that is helpful for you, just as a side note, is you should be following Facebook on Facebook to understand some of the changes that are coming up and how it can affect your business. But right now, Facebook groups are all about the game. So you definitely want to go check that out. And, in your group, do some things that have some incentive and some fun for them to want to share your content. So, like before, I was talking about some people will say, hey, if you give me your email or you join this group or share it, then you end up, you qualify for this, this great thing. So, hey, I see Facebook. Let's see what happens here. Facebook. Oh, I love groups. I do too. Unfortunately, I can't see who you are because on eCam you got to hit that thing. But I do. I love groups too. And in fact, if you have a group, I want to encourage you, take advantage of these live streams. Drop your links in the comments. Today's going to be free for all of you. Keep it nice, but drop your links in the comments so other people might be able to connect with you and your business and help along the way too. So back to this idea of having fun. Your group should be fun. I remember a while ago I was taking a class with this coach out in California. She's wonderful. I learned a lot from her. But one of the things that she had said was the difference between like your personal page and your business page compared to your group is your group's like your inside party. It's where you get to lighten up and, open up more and share, but it's like your own personal party. And I'm still adjusting to that because I will tell you, and I love groups, but I'm going to tell you, I'm just getting into like the group part. In the past, my big thing that I did was grow Facebook pages and being able to do a lot with like organic traffic and being able to get that momentum going. So I'm learning still too. And I think if you're honest with yourself as entrepreneurs, we're learning every single day. So going back to the whole point of doing this live stream today, the whole part of referrals and repeat customers, it comes down to one simple thing: personal connection. Did they connect with you? Are you staying in touch with them? Or do you find yourself just going into, you're doing this work for them and then you're done? Well, it might be time to change that, whether it's staying in touch with some messages, that you send a handwritten note, remembering special dates, remembering, like if they're talking, do you remember their spouse's name? Do you remember their anniversary or something that's of significance to you? I mean, to them, it's important. And along the way, with social media, so many people, they get caught into this mode of, I'm going to grow my social media page and my group and my whatever. And that's fabulous. But you've got to remember, social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, those are strictly tools for you to be able to connect with your existing market and find new customers, right? So the thing is, you don't own any of the information on any of those social media platforms. It's not your platform. The whole point of using social media for marketing and promoting your business should be to collect and connect with your clients. So doing things like connecting and getting what's their email, what's their phone number, what's their personal address. Now, often, like when people do these lead magnets, you don't like trying to pull somebody into you for their contact information. You don't want to be in a situation where you're asking up front, like, give me your email, your home address, and your phone number. It's too much information. So as you're building out these communities, taking time to get all of this different stuff, it may just take time, like their email should be one of the first things, so you stay in touch with them. And then maybe it's another promotion where you get their phone number to text them to remind them about events or promos or specials that you have going on, or even like their home address. So as you get those little connection dots, we'll call it, It's going to allow you to beef up your personal touch and being able to connect with those hopeful repeat clients. And some of the things that you should be looking at is staying in touch with them, with a monthly or a quarterly sort of touch. And I believe, especially for established businesses, you should find ways to make this happen offline and online. And I'm going to tell you why in just a little bit. Some of the other things could be simple things like remembering their birthday, sending them a digital birthday card, or their work anniversary, or celebrating when they got a promotion or a big gig or whatever. Celebrating with your customers like you're part of their, their world, and they're part of your world, that you remember. And trust me, when you reach out in those ways, it does start to become more meaningful and have a positive interaction that's in their head forever. And they're going to tell people about it. And trust me, if they don't like it and it's a horrible, awful experience, they're going to tell 10 times that amount of people. So just create this positive, authentic, we're not looking for the fake cheesy stuff, but authenticness. And one thing that I think is super powerful right now, we are in this digital age, and it's wonderful. But there's something about when you get a handwritten note, and I think it may be because it's that personal touch and it wasn't just something that people, zipped out real quick. Usually it has to have a little bit more thought and planning, getting it written down, addressing the envelope and all of that. So I want to suggest that for your special VIP clients, make sure that you're doing that, reaching out, doing a handwritten letter. In fact, there's this one nonprofit that is really near and dear to my heart, and I often make donations and support in every way that I can. But one of the things that I love about the president of that foundation is every time they send the thank you note, and you can tell they probably print, 1,000 of them, and he has to sign the signature. What he does is he goes through where my name is typed out, Dear Elizabeth Marasco, and he always crosses it out and then writes my name. But I know in his way that is his like corporate personal touch to me. And I love it. I love it every single time I get one of those letters, because it wasn't something that was mass produced out of a printer that nobody saw and they really didn't care. To me, it was like, I see that when it comes, and it's touching, they took the time. They really did see me. I wasn't in a database and spit out on a Hewlett Packard printer. They actually saw me. So those are things that can make you feel really wonderful, as a client, or, so consider that. Next thing I want to talk to you about. Oh yeah, I agree with you. Yes, handwritten notes definitely are fantastic. I completely agree. It has an authentic sort of feel to it, and it's a beautiful thing. So just as a FYI to you, I have about a 40-second delay between when you're seeing what I'm saying. So sometimes there might be a delay when your pop-up comes that I'm not seeing it right away, just so you know. All right, so another thing is, as far as this online business, looking at cool things too for special gifts and prizes, or ways to even package what you're sending your customer. A while ago, I had done, I don't know how many of you are ClickFunnels users? If you're a ClickFunnels person or ever have been in the past, drop me a couple little thumbs ups. That would be cool. So I did the ClickFunnels challenge, that 30-day challenge, which was incredible. But Russell Brunson and his team did something that was, I think, really smart. Is they had this option of this box that they sent that had it was like an MP3 player and a book and some coupons and marketing literature, and they created this box with the branding around it. It was very beautiful and attractive. You opened it up and there was this like yellow confetti kind, or no, it was red confetti kind of stuff. It was beautiful. It was an experience opening up the box. And I still remember this like 2 years later, right? So the same thing with you. Do you sell something that's like a high end ticket? And are you just like doing it digital? Or are you giving them something that's like tactile, something that they can touch in the real world to create this connection between online and offline and creating that unity? It brings what you're doing online to life. And it could be something like, let's say that you're doing an event, you could do like a swag bag, or a few years ago, I went out to a training out in Arizona for social media marketing with this pretty amazing coach out there. Anyhow, I think I had more fun networking with the people out there. It was pretty cool. But check this out. One of the things that she did was the people that were coming to attend this live in-person workshop, the week or two before, she ended up sending out all of these personalized gifts, and mostly they were bags or books that were in these beautiful bags, and it was all things related to what the workshop was about. But it was a gift, and it was a beautiful, it wasn't something that she promised in her sales package. It wasn't. It was a gift. It was something that she wanted us to know so that we could take what we were going to learn that upcoming week to the next level. And, you know, even I've seen like different workshops too where people will go in and they have gift baskets with goodies and your merchandise paraphernalia stuff right in the basket or whatever. So people like prizes and gifts, and people want to feel special. The question is are you making them feel special? Go for it. You should. So one of the things too on why is this all important? You know, to be doing groups and sending, you know, birthday cards and handwritten notes and gift baskets. You're making me sound like Santa Claus, Elizabeth. Yeah, that's it. You want to be Santa Claus. Everybody knows who Santa Claus is, right? They didn't forget. Well, same thing with you. I want you to be at least like one of his little elves and being able to produce these incredible things. And the whole point of it is to keep the conversation, to keep the relationship alive, and to keep things going. You know, all of these things are action steps to keep that conversation going. The number one thing is basically this. You've got to make sure you're providing stellar service. That was the first thing that we talked about. Provide the best service and experience that you can is the number one way. Number one way. I keep messing myself up. I'm in this little bubble right here. But that's the number one way to be able to connect with repeat clients and connect with future referrals from those clients. So keep the conversation going online. Another thing that I want to talk to you about through the Political from Hell campaign we just got through this past fall, the one thing that all of you should have learned is that print is very much still alive when it comes to marketing. I don't know how many of you got brochures and flyers and all that stuff from all of these different political campaigns. But the reason why they're still doing it is because print still works. And especially if it's done in a strategic way with your project and being able to build it on. Now, this is something that can be for small businesses like that brick and mortar, but even like the larger mid-size, you know, how are you connecting to keep that conversation going can be a big part of mail, being able to stand out of something that's of significance, something that can help them remember you. The other thing is, oh, I see Christy. That's funny. You're on a mobile. Yeah. Well, hi. So good to see you. Thanks for typing your name. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Yeah. Make sure you drop links. I think that you have an upcoming workshop. So feel free to drop a link in the comments below. Maybe you can help some people here that join in the next couple of days. So, getting back into this, you know, that offline online connection of maybe groups that you're building online and being able to send them something more tactile, something that they can touch, or even clients that you have offline, being able to get them, you know, to connect with you online so that they start to know you a little bit more, and that relationship naturally starts flowing and growing. It's important. And this is the thing. I want to see if I can share this screen with you really quick, you guys. One mistake that I see a lot of people doing, unfortunately, with seniors is they are getting into this mode of only wanting to do digital marketing or online marketing. And a lot of seniors are not online. A lot of big decision makers still aren't doing the social media thing. They just may never. And you can choose to say, I don't need to worry about that. That's fine. But if you really are a legitimate business and not just like a digital nomad coming in and trying, a quick hobby, digital is key, and so is some of your offline activity. Now, we publish a magazine that's called Kudos. Oops, let me see if I can grab one. But Kudos is focused on healthy, happy living. We've also used it as a way of constantly staying in touch with clients, to remind about events, activities, and also some general overall health and awareness. In the past, we would do print plus hold on one second, let me see this. In the past, we would do print and digital, but with COVID, we ended up switching to digital. But this is the thing for like your senior market, senior citizens, who are still, a pretty influential market. If they have a magazine that's sent to them, this can be a great way to constantly stay in the forefront of their mind of who you are and what you're doing. And it almost becomes like a built-in storytelling sort of mechanism. So this may be something for you to consider, whether it's sending a, quarterly little newsletter that you create with some stellar content. But you do want to make sure that you have some of these relationships built out, or if you maybe don't have your list grown, you could find a way to connect with a publisher to maybe piggyback off of the project that they're having. One of the projects, I want to see if I can show this to you really quick here. One of the projects that we have, let me see if I can unlock this. I might not be able to. But one of the projects that we're getting ready to launch right now is a new version of Kudos called Kudos Home Notes. And the really cool thing about this, it's not letting me unlock it. All right, but the really cool thing about this new Kudos Home Notes is it allows you to create like a mass customized, let me see if I can get it here. I was hoping to show it to you digitally. But like to be able to do a magazine and then have your customized letter that you send directly to your clients. Maybe we can get into that another day because I'd like to show you this really powerful tool, because this specific one can be used digitally and in print. And that can be key, especially when trying to communicate with seniors or even middle-agers that are maybe helping their senior parents make some decisions. So my question that I have for you is, are you servicing the leads that you already have? A lot of times people want to get these great big clients, but you're not even taking care of all the contacts that you already have. So a quick question that I have for you, and tell me in the comments, please, and be honest, how often do you connect with your existing or your previous clients? Are you being pretty proactive and sending out those emails and doing the personalized emails so that people remember, oh, so-and-so, what happened to so-and-so, they forget about you unless you do something that's pretty phenomenal where they say, oh my gosh, I loved working with Mary Lou. She was the best. Tell so-and-so about her, So I want you to think about that and consciously start to become aware of how often that you are following up with your existing clients. And for the love of all that's holy, please do not make the only way that you follow up with your existing clients is spam mail. Oh my gosh, it's the worst because then that just starts to annoy you. If this has been a high ticket sale, why not a quick phone call? Why not a quick text? Don't do this, grab and go. Like, I got your business and I'm out of here. Be authentic. Be like the dude I was telling you about that crosses out the printed name because corporate wise, it's what they got to do, spit it out. And he hand writes my name. Lets me know, oh my gosh, he cared enough. He went through that pile, pulled out my name, pulled out that sheet of paper and wrote my name. I'm going to donate again. It's those little things that matter. And the whole thing is with, we're hearing about funnels. Are you hearing about funnels all the time? The whole point of funnels is strictly for collecting that information that we talked about. Email, their name, their address, their phone number, so that you can continue to put them in your sales process and get down to understanding and knowing who they are a little bit better. So let's see, oops, let me go over here. Keep messing myself up. Oh, boy, hold on one second. I'm having some user issues today. Okay, so this was the whole point of this, though, right here, you guys. Lead magnets, what's it for? It's really simple. It's a connection and a communication to lead you to where? Sales. That's what it's all about. And we can get into all these fancy strategies. But that's what funnels is. It's a way for you to be able to better manage what you have going on and help you connect with your clients in a more meaningful way and consistently, and to track it and to measure it and to not just, hey, real quick, I'm going to grab your business and I'm out of here. That's not a long-term relationship. So maybe consider that. And some of the tools that you can use to help you stay on track are simple things like Salesforce is a great, I don't know if you're familiar with it, it's pretty mainstream, but that's a great resource to be able to track your existing clients, your leads, who you have in your pipeline. And one that I found recently that I'm having a lot of fun with is Group Track. And what Group Track is, the short of it, is it allows you to sort of highlight and identify people that are within your social media that you're engaging with that you would like to become a prospect or a lead or eventually a client, right? So those are two really cool resources to help you stay on track. And if you want to keep it simple, especially if you're just starting your business, look at, just an Excel sheet. That's okay. That works. Eventually, as you grow and your business gets bigger, you can start to import your Excel sheet right into Salesforce or into Group Track or whichever application works for you. But the big thing is for you to remember, you don't need more data and more content and more and more and more. What you need to do is really connect with existing clients that you have and try to cultivate that relationship. And one of the ways that you can, identify how you are on the motivation scale is start looking at how many sales calls or proposals are you putting out in a day just from your existing leads that you already have or your previous clients. So many people are pushing for ads to get more people into to their page or into their group. But the question is are you servicing all of the people that you have in your group? You don't need necessarily 100,000 people or 30,000 people in your group. Maybe, but generally no. You don't need that for you to be able to grow your business. It could be as simple as you having, 50 people in that group that are highly interested and pre-qualified that are better than having 10,000 people in a group. So this is some food for thought I really want you to think of is the quality and the connection starts with you. And, maybe instead of going and spending more money on ads right now, go back and look at the existing clients that you have and try to remind them of how awesome you are and the great relationship and experience that you guys had together. So go check it out and have some fun. And stop, this is a big thing. Stop waiting for your repeat clients to come to you. Seriously. it might be time for you to go out and to approach them. Hey, I have this special promo for existing clients. I'll tell you one thing that kind of annoys me sometimes. I love it when I'm the new client and you run across the promotion that says, like new customers to, I don't know, AT&T, you get a free phone and $100 off. Okay, what about me? I've been with you for 15 years. What's my incentive? I've been loyal, right? So think about that too from the customer's experience. I mean, you're going and you're getting new clients, great. But at the same time, what about your existing clients? Are you trying? Are you even trying? Did you even let them know how much they mean to you? Let them know. I had years ago, I lived in Dearborn, right? And at Fairlane Ford, there was this sales guy named Craig. I don't think he's there. I think he left many years ago. But I'm going to tell you what, this guy was the best salesperson. He wasn't even a salesperson. He became my friend. In fact, we invited him to our wedding because he had become such a good friend. And part of it was some of the stuff that I'm telling you to do. This guy was doing back in the 90s and early 2000s. He would deliver car. We moved up north. Well, it's Detroit's version of north. We're just in mid Michigan. But he would come and deliver our cars. When we would purchase a new car, he'd drive the car on up here. He would remember, hey, your anniversary or your birthday. And I always had a really fun spot for him. But guess what? It wasn't just about the car. It was the overall experience. And he was smart. Because at the time, my husband and I both had a car. And then he was doing fleet cars. I think he had 4 or 5 cars for his staff. And so that guy was doing good. He was smart. He found one customer who was buying on average, leasing 5 to 7 cars every 2 years. It's kind of a sweet gig. So he was smart. Instead of trying to run and get everybody, he was servicing those clients that were loyal to him and were able to provide some really cool stuff. So I would love to hear from you. Do you have a secret sauce of what you do to make your customers feel really loved and welcomed? I would love to hear from you. And I'll tell you, even another one, who loves Gary Vaynerchuk? I love Gary Vaynerchuk and all of his F-bombs. It's beautiful. Even first thing in the morning. If you're a Gary Vaynerchuk person, do a woo. So he has taught me a lot through that. But check this out. Recently, he started texting. Yes, there was an opt-in that he sent out a long time ago. He probably still does it. And what he does is he will just randomly send out like these motivational quotes. So this is the last one that I got from yesterday at 7:57. It's not planned. It's like a normal relationship. I'm going to send a text right now. Not, I've got to send it at 12:05. Okay, so he wrote, make sure you always break down things into micro and macro. Don't blend the two. And, so he's always sending like these little positive, it's like your, hey, girl, don't forget about me. I'm still the marketing guru. Yes, Gary Vaynerchuk, you are the marketing guru. So, but he was able to do that because he was accumulating those lists and data, and then he was staying connected with people that have already purchased from him or engaged with him. So you got to remind them. You got to remind them where you're at because people will forget. It's a very loud world right now. We are blessed with so much social media, but it has created these volumes of noise that it's really hard to, just like put a little blip out there and you can get forgot. So remind them who you are. So a couple things that I want to encourage for you today, if you really want to get on track to grow in your business, is I want you to go identify some previous clients. Who are some people that you've worked with in the past? It could be recent, could be even, a year ago or longer, and start to check out where they're at. Are there things that you're providing that can still help them along the way? Think about it. Just go back and scroll through your phone and find some of these clients that have fallen off the table and how you can reconnect with them. It could be that handwritten note. Hey, just so you know, Mary Lou Sue, I've got this promotion going on. So check that out. Another thing is if you don't have a Facebook group, I do want to encourage you to utilize a Facebook group. I know. One more thing. I know. I hear you. One more thing. That's what I thought. But I recently, like in this past year, just started a small Facebook group. In fact, we're broadcasting into it digital marketing strategies for entrepreneurs and nonprofits. I have a couple of other ones, caregiving for the caregiver, but they're all really small groups. And what I'm trying to do with that is become more targeted and focused on what it is that I'm doing in the future with my agency and the way that we're growing. So I want to encourage that for you. Go check out groups, and also definitely start to work on where's your email list? Where's your texting list? Are you to the point that you are, finally, reaching out and starting to send some of these little messages out to your previous clients? I do kind of dig it when I get a little text message from Gary Vaynerchuk. It's kind of cool, it is. It's kind of cool. So, but the whole thing, it all starts with you taking baby steps and creating an incredible product, good, or service for your client, letting them experience in a more meaningful way with your personal touches, and then following up and following through. So work on your list, work on staying connected, and consider seriously being fluid of finding ways to do this offline and online connection so that you're kind of just with them like their buddy. But in the meantime, I do wish all of you tons of peace and prosperity. Let me see. Do we have any other comments in here? Yeah. Oh, great info, Liz. Well, thank you. I've got to figure out how it is. None of the names are showing up, but it's cool. I can see that you are on Facebook. That's kind of cool. Somebody here said, I did do the OFA challenge. It's a one funnel away challenge. And if you're a ClickFunnels user, you definitely should do it. It's worth the investment to go do that. Great networking and a lot of knowledge, and it's wonderful. And then we have another Facebook user. Yes, seniors need print. They absolutely do. So many of them are not. They're just not online. And I can't believe how many marketing people, they're forgetting it. I'm seeing it even with corporations, and they're just going into this digital platform, and it's not advantageous if you're trying to grow that market of connecting with those seniors. And yeah, so I think I just got through all the all the contacts. I'm using Ecamm and Restream right now, so we are actually doing this broadcast, and I am going into 5 different locations. So between groups and pages and YouTube, and so we're kind of sprinkled all over social media. But that's one of the fun things, isn't it? You get to meet new people. And I appreciate all of you coming on today and spending part of your afternoon with me. I hope that you do take some of these little simple changes and help your business grow with referral and repeat clients. Those are the best ones. All right. If you haven't signed up for our for this workshop, check this out. To qualify for, oops, we lost it. Prizes, go over to elizabethmarasco.com/fix-it. And you'll be able to get onto our email list. But in the next couple of days, I'm going to share with you a couple of programs that we have through my agency to help business leaders like yourself grow through a combination of video and marketing strategies. We specifically focus on in-life and virtual events, along with utilizing publishing and communication to help you create these connections. And I love my job. So I hope to see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about some more good stuff. But make it a beautiful day. Find peace and prosperity with each little baby step you take to make your business better business, right? But yeah, so go take some time. Go find those existing and previous clients. Go make some magic. And I'd love to hear from you and let me know how that worked out. You're probably going to reach out to one of these people and they're going to say, oh my gosh, we talk about you all the time. I didn't know what happened to you. Go do it. It'll be fun. All right, you guys. Peace. See ya. Bye.